Hi, this is Ali, and welcome to the Painless Brazilian Portuguese Pronunciation Guide. I'm your guide, Ali, from PortugueseWithAli.com. Today, in this module, you're going to learn how to speak or how to say, how to pronounce. It's better, right? The word actually the sound. Let's get started. Okay, this is a nasal vowel, and its counterpart is a. It's an open, not nasal It's the counterpart. So let's first try to um, mimic. Ah, ah, uh. And that's usually the sound that we make when we want to show that we understand, that we are following, like this, what other people are saying. In English, we would say, huh? And I really like that because it sounds like the female frog that we have here in Brazil. Huh, uh, uh, uh. Okay, that's the sound that we want. Uh. And because maybe your ears are not trained to perceive the difference, or actually this sound yet, we will study this one by looking at actually by contrasting the nasal and the non-nasal counterpart. Okay, let's get started. Caçar, cansar. Again, caçar, cansar, laçar, lançar, laçar, lançar. The next pair is not really like they are not counterpart, but they are close. Matar, manter, matar, manter. And just a quick tip. If you still find it hard to say the sound when when you're pronouncing it, try to think of the word mango or bank in English. You just say mang. You don't let the last part out. You just say mang, mang, mang. If you feel there's something here, it's a kind of latch. You feel it when you say bang, bang. That part is involved in the pronunciation of mung te, for example, or kung sa. Try it again. Now only the nasal parts of the nasal words. Kung sa, lung sa, mung te. Okay, now let's take a look at other examples. Now only nasals. Cama, banana, câmera, vamos. And you've noticed probably that those words, like you have two syllables here, but one of the syllables has a, and the next one starts with a nasal consonant, like kama, ma, m is a nasal consonant. And when we have like a stress syllable, kan, preceding an unstressed syllable that has a nasal consonant, that's very hard to remember. It infects the previous, or it contaminates the previous syllable, and it becomes nasal. Cama, câmera, banana. Okay, but of course there are people who say banana or cama. There are people like that, but at least here in Brazil, I know. But you don't really have to worry about that. Oh, Ellie, but how can I memorize all of that? You don't need to. Just pay attention to what people say. The most important thing for you is to be able to reproduce those sounds because if you can reproduce it, even if you don't reproduce them perfectly, your mind will wrap itself around those sounds and will distinguish between like and for example. And if you want more words to practice, and if you are on my website, just go to the module that corresponds to this video and below the video there are some resources that you can download. Obrigado.